In this video, we're going to show you how you could piggyback on your current Amazon Lightning deal to get other Lightning deals, additional Lightning deals, without paying a single dime more. This is just one of the reasons to be doing child listings and variation themes. If you have my course all about Amazon product listing loopholes, then you already know how important these variations and how you could, for lack of a better word, exploit them and have it and repurpose them to be doing way more than just the sneaker size or the color of the towel. And so if you have that course, awesome. This is a little bonus on that course. And if you don't, it's part of the entire Amazon Loophole suite, or hit me up. You might be able to purchase it a la carte if you don't want the whole suite training. Let's dive in right now. So this is the loophole number 3, how to get multiple Lightning deals for free. And if you look at the Lightning deal dashboard, and there's they even talked about it, and we looked at it a little bit. In fact, Amazon is saying they like this, right? They're saying, like, hey man, one of the things that we look for to be eligible is variation. Deals should include as many product variations. Now, they use the example size, color, style as possible. For some products, yada, yada, yada. So we already went over this, and I said in the beginning, don't let that stop you, for sure. And I also said that it's not going to really determine whether you're eligible or not. And listen, like, just to get going, if you only have one product, you only have one product. And so don't worry about that, especially at the first stage, because it's all about you guys taking action. So by now, hopefully you're pausing each module and doing what needs to be done and then coming back. And so this way, hopefully you already have one product eligible for a Lightning deal. You already now know how to schedule it. You already are aware of urgency, scarcity, where it's going to appear, the idea of compounding interest, right? But now it's time to get a little more advanced. And so the reason to have variations isn't so that Amazon says you're eligible. It's for you to make a lot more money without paying any more to run your Lightning deal. Now, as I mentioned, I have a whole course on this, but just to give you a little bit of background and just show you like the possibilities of this, right? And again, this only, I came up with this stuff because I'm working in my business a lot, right? So when you look at variations, the first thing someone thinks of is like sneakers or something, or shirts, right? Like extra large, large, medium. Okay, then and that's over here. Then it's like you could go the complete opposite direction and offer complementary products, and that's part of the training of the Amazon listing loopholes. And that's extensive. That's kind of beyond the scope of this course. However, that's also a lot of work, right? And you have to create a new product. And this is where strategies come into play, that like really when you develop your first product, you should have a few in the bag that you might not create right away, but at least you know where it's going, because people that buy, and you want it to be within the theme. People say category, I say theme. There's a difference. Think about that, and we'll move on. But and I'll do another, I'll do some side training on that if you guys are interested. But theme gives you more of permission to market beyond the scope of category. So think about that. But anyway, but it's a lot of work to execute it on, and I'm all about execution. So what else could you do to take advantage of multiple variations on your product listing that does not require a full-on new product? Okay. And the easy thing, and again, we go into this in detail. So if you're interested in this, which everyone should be, and you want even more of it, you don't already have the Amazon Loopholes suite, hit me up and consider taking advantage of getting the entire suite at once, or purchase just the module in and of itself. So here we go. The loophole of that, to kind of get around that. And by the way, you should do both. There's no one or the other. I mean, do both. Why not, right? Let's look at my listing. you could see here that we're selling a tea blend for to be used for making kombucha tea at home, and we have a whole nother course too on product development loopholes. There's a reason why this is the way it is, the way it was developed. If you know me, you know that everyone talks about red ocean, blue ocean. If you guys don't know, I'm in Russell Brunson's $25,000 a year inner circle, and he talks about blue ocean, red ocean. I've been doing blue ocean product creations since I got into this game, 15 years ago, right? Because once your product is blue ocean, all of a sudden everything becomes blue ocean. Think about that. So just putting that seed in that if your product isn't blue ocean in and of itself, forget about the marketing and stuff. You just have to work that much harder. So, but if you see here, the way we're using product variations is actually doing upsells. Think about that, right? Buy two, get one free, buy three, get two free, save this amount, save this amount. Now, again, I can't, if you don't have the Amazon listing loopholes course, your mind is probably filled with like 100 more questions that we could go down a choose your own adventure novel and go into all of this stuff. But, keeping within the scope of this program, I wanted to give you enough to take advantage of the loophole in a lightning deal, and without you holding up for 6 months creating a new product. So the simple loophole to get around this is just simply create a 2-pack, a 3-pack. You could go crazy here, but I don't recommend you doing what I'm doing here because there's a lot of other stuff that's going on. So unless you have the proper training, please don't do this if you don't know. I don't want you guys to get in trouble. I don't want you guys flying blind. There's the whole reason why I take so much time in documenting the stuff that works for me, so that it also works for you. But you could certainly you could just call this out, call it a 2-pack, a 5-pack. You've seen this on Amazon before. And what that would require you to do, just again, this is kind of a little outside of scope, but in your ability to execute on this, you already have the product. So all you're doing is just taking one of your products and then taking the same product, putting them together, either taping them together, putting them in a bag, putting them in a box. You need to do all that stuff before it ships to Amazon. So if you're working with a co-packer, if you have a model where China is shipping directly to Amazon, you need to talk with those guys. But it's a lot easier to change the quantity of a product than create a brand new product, right? But all that being said, in Amazon's eyes, it's considered a new product. Okay, so it has its own ASIN, it has its own SKU, it has its own bullet points and product listings and so on and so forth. And again, outside of the scope, if you want to learn training on that, you could totally, this is what I used to do until I created a whole little training around this. You could just call up Amazon and say, hey, listen, I want to create a child product variation. Just simply say that. They'll walk you through it. Takes a lot of time because it might have changed and things are always changing on Amazon. The way I was able to do it was through a flat file, which is, for me, I hated doing it because I'm so used to going on Amazon and uploading my listings. And then finally, I have somebody that I hired out to do that stuff for me. But in the beginning, I just want you to know everything I'm showing you, like, you can do, or there's resources to help you. So the fact of the matter is, what I want you to get out of this video is that if you only have one product, that it's very easy to create a second product by simply taking what you already have and making a pack out of it, a 2-pack, a 3-pack. Forget about the bells and whistles you just saw because that's going to require some more training on in the Amazon listing loopholes course. But this is such a fast track, and there's so many reasons to do this beyond lightning deals. But just to add on to it, if you're not convinced, that like how great this is, okay, if for whatever else, the very reason that when you run a lightning deal, the fee is charged per parent listing, not per variation or child listing. So to take one more look in it, if we go into advanced edit here, you're going to see all 3 products available for a lightning deal and the fee staying the same. So essentially, I'm getting free lightning deals right now for the price of one. And I wanted to show you, one, that that's possible, and two, if you don't have, if you didn't think like, well, how do I create a new product, or I don't have variations, the shortcut, the loophole, is just take more of the same and just group it together, create a new product listing on that, and you're off to the races. In the next video, we're going to be going over another one of my favorites. We talked about it throughout the course, but now we're going to go dive in deeper. And this will also is another thing, just like the first lightning deal loophole. The second one about getting the perfect time. Well, there is a perfect amount and a perfect quantity to give away. And if you saw, I dropped a little piece of planted a seed in the previous video, but now we're going to dive in deep on exactly what to do to get the most out of your pricing and the quantities of your lightning deals. So I'll see you on the next video.